And we're on. Welcome to another episode of Simply Rogue Podcast. I'm your host, Ross. And today we've got another guest, along with another Simply Rogue member, Mark.
Hello.
How we doing, Mark?
I'm very well.
And our guest today is Nathan G. Shaw, shall we say?
Oh, Nathan Henry.
Oh, Nathan Henry.
That's fine. You can call me Nathan Henry. We're
Yeah,
friends, Ross.
I know, yeah.
It's weird when my friends call me Nathan G. Shaw, but yeah.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to do this.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love doing podcasts.
Yeah, well, you're helping us out, and thank you for coming on, mate.
I mean, you asked me to talk about myself. I'm obviously going to say yes.
Yeah, no, yeah.
If anyone asks me to
it
talk
well.
about myself, I'm going to be like, yes, of course. That's what I do anyway.
Just word it as in, like, do you fancy coming on, just talking about yourself for a couple of hours? Yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fine. I spread round here.
What you been up to then?
At the minute, like, obviously after lockdown and stuff. Oh, sorry. Oh, is that because I got... See, I moved
This
back.
is it now, Mark's on you.
This is where I'm going to start shouting because I got excited. Obviously, lockdown's been going on, like, the world stopped, but, like, we're starting to work up again. I'm going back filming next week. I was meant to go filming another project, when will this podcast air? When you release it?
In about 2-3 weeks.
Okay, well, I definitely can't say that. I was meant to go do a film another programme, but that's been postponed, so I don't know when.
Just give us an exclusive. Fuck it.
I can't, because then if this leaks and then I find out that I'm in the casting for it, I won't get the job.
Ah, right, okay.
Because I got told I wasn't allowed. So basically that's been going on. So I've been hiding at home, trying to lay low for a while.
Yeah.
Until it all starts.
How have you found lockdown? Like,
do you know what? I won't lie. I didn't find it bad. I bought a house during it and did it up and stuff because like
you grown up bastard, you.
Well, I know. Well, I had to listen. I was living at home with my mum. God, you're my best mum. I love my mum. I love you, Bev. And my brother, love him too. But they are quite big characters as well as me. And then being locked down with them in a house, it was fucking frustrating.
On top of each other,
like
a bit,
on top of each other all the time. You've met my brother. Have you met my brother?
I haven't, no.
Yeah.
He is exhausting. Like that's your only. He's just 24/7. You think I'm bad? He's 24 fucking 7. Talk. Just like, oh.
Between the two of them, there's a lot of energy.
Yeah,
like that.
I can quite imagine.
So like, I just had to get out of there. Then so that was in the first lockdown. Then the second lockdown started, and I thought, fuck it. Like, I've seen this house. Obviously, prices had dropped because of what's been going on.
Yeah.
Put my deposit down. They're like, you've got it. And then, but I had to wait for some of the estate to get built because it's on a new estate. And then got my keys in October and literally did it up before Christmas and moved straight in.
Mint.
So now I'm settled.
Do you feel more grown up then?
I feel like an adult, but I hate it because when you get older, the more money you earn, the more money goes out. So I hate seeing
You're
that.
learning about being an adult there. Well
Yes, I
done.
didn't never wanted to do this. I'm not going to lie, don't get me wrong, if I could have lived at home for the rest of my life, I probably would have. Because I got more washing done, I didn't have to pay rent, like I didn't have to worry about bills, but then that's not how the world works. And if you do live at home, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
A 30-year-old man.
It's about the average age now, isn't it?
What, to live at home?
About 30, between 30 and 32, I think it is.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah. I think
That's mad, that
in the
because,
UK anyway.
Like in the olden days, it was like 16.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
you
16.
just you didn't have a choice, did you?
Yeah.
Well, that kicked you out and then go get a job.
Yeah.
But obviously, yeah. I think.
Go and earn your keep.
Yeah. Deposits have
You'd
all
be like that,
changed
Mark.
now.
You'd kick your kids out.
Too right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Very disciplinarian.
I mean, I'll
Mark.
probably do the same, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't mean like having people, I'm not going to lie, I don't even like having people over my house.
Yeah, I'm the same. There,
I don't know why I bought a house.
I like things clean and tidy, so
I've got
I've
got really bad OCD as
That's,
well.
Yeah,
that's
it's
bullshit.
bad.
I don't think you're clean freak.
Are you right,
No
Ross?
chance.
I swear to God, after we finish this podcast,
he's seen me now.
give me an
so-
hour only because I was trying closing because I've been packing.
So your house isn't clean now?
Wait there, hang on. No, because well, it is. Only one room's not.
Right.
Like, so only one room's not clean.
Chaos in that room. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
but the rest spotless. You could eat off my. Well, you probably couldn't, but you could.
Do you have like a wardrobe room?
Yeah, like I've got a
Yeah.
walk-in wardrobe. Like that's the room that's a mess.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is tidy at the minute because I've got like OCD, so I don't even like people. Like you can come and stand in the front door
Yeah.
and stay there.
That's nice of you.
And do you know
Good
what?
host.
If any of my friends are actually watching this and listening to this, they will know the truth, especially Liam, because I hate him coming around my house. I'm like, just don't breathe.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Nathan, I think you've got a mint story, haven't you? I mean, it's been an eventful, how long, I reckon, 5, 6, 7, 6 years?
Coming up 7.
Since you kind of made a decision and you went for something and your life's changed since then. So I hope it's not too much of a broken record for people listening, but we like to go back to the beginning of the journey.
Oh, listen,
So-
I'm ready to talk, man.
Are you ready to listen, Mark?
Very much so.
You're gonna hate me. By
I don't
then.
know, like, to be fair.
You're gonna be like,
Can we just
why
like
do we
look
invite
at Nathan, Mark, and just look at yin and yang right now?
Yeah, you couldn't get more different, really.
It's fine. Once you hear my story,
Yeah,
you might love me, or you might hate me.
Well,
You might relate to it.
Doubt it, but you know, we can try.
To be fair, working in this barbershop's the closest you'll come to the Geordie Shore house, to be fair. So
yeah.
I imagine there's chaos in here.
Yeah, it's pretty. It gets quite
Exactly.
nothing like what you're used to, but yeah.
No,
But yeah, so like, how did it start? What was like the?
So originally, well, I was working at Saks up there,
Yeah, you
in
were.
the reception.
Yeah, I remember that.
They came in and asked to put some flyers in for Geordie Shore. I'd watched the first 2 series with my mum and my brothers, and then I stopped watching because I went to uni and stuff. And then they came in, asked to put some posters down, and I said, "You're not putting that shit in here." And they're like, "Why?"
Now, there you go, Mark. You're relating to it.
There we go.
I was like, "Our clientele is not the Geordie Shore clientele. Like, this is a training."
It's a section now.
What? Yeah, no, but I was like, this is a training academy. Like, we don't want riff-raff in here. And they were like, all right, okay. And then she was like, she left, and then she walked back in the door and she went, "Would you ever be?" I went, "Get the fuck out now." So then they left, and then they were scouting around town.
Politeness.
Well, at the time, to be fair, I probably shouldn't admit this, but when I worked at Saks, I basically got paid to do fuck all. I sat on the reception, pretended to do work. I sat on my phone. So basically, I wanted this woman to get out the door because I was on the phone. So I needed her to get out so I could speak to my friends. So when she'd gone...
But now you get paid to get pissed, and that's much different.
I mean, well, I don't just get pissed.
No, not just...
Well, kind of. But, so then she'd left, and then apparently they went on a night out in Inside Out, and there was like asking loads of people, like, "Oh, who would be in Geordie Shore?" And I think my name came up, Daniela Seabrook's name came up, my cousin's Lewis, he came up, and I think a few others, their names came up. And then someone messaged me on Facebook, and then do you know, like, you've got the 2 messages. So you've got your inbox, and then you've got like the spam one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the requested thing, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, or like where like fake stuff goes.
Yeah.
So then they sent like went into there, and her name was Georgia, and she was like, "Oh, we like people have been saying that you'd be really good for the show, blah blah blah." And I was like, "I really don't think I would." I was like, "I'm not the type," because back then Geordie Shore was about shagging girls. It was all about straight white boys going out and shagging all these girls in Newcastle. And I was like, "One, I'm not a white straight boy," and I was like, I'm not like them. I was like, so I'm not going to get it. And she just messaged me, and she's like, "Would you come on the show?" And I was like, "No." And then she's like, "Can I phone you?" And I was like, "Well, what have I got to lose from a phone call?" So she rang me, and she just basically explained that they're trying to like broaden like the spectrum of the show, like they want to meet all different people. I went, "Right, this has gone from you asking me to be on the show to now you asking me to audition for the show." I went, "I don't want to audition for something I don't want to be a part of. That's not, if you want me on the show, you could put me on. I'm not going to audition for it." So that I went to an audition anyway. I met the producer, and we sat down, we talked, and then within like 2 minutes she went, "I'm not going to lie, I really like the energy you're giving off." And she said, "I'm just going to introduce you to someone." And then this turned out to be one of the head producer, like execs. Sat down with him, and he was like, "Why do you want to be on Geordie Shore?" I was like, "Because at the minute I'm getting paid like, and I'm not enjoying my job. I do fuck all." I was like, "So I might as well get paid and like party and stuff." I was like, "I miss being at uni, and I don't want to be at home and live with my mum and stuff." And they're like, "Okay." And then I didn't hear from them for 3 weeks. And then I got a phone. Oh no! And then I'd moved from there to Saks in Northallerton, where I was actually washing hair. So I did do hairdressing.
There we go.
There you
So
go.
I did hairdressing.
That's all
for a
you
while.
need to do to say you've done hairdressing.
But I started an apprenticeship, and obviously when you do an apprenticeship, I was like, what? I'd finished uni, came home, and then started an apprenticeship. So I was getting paid £2.78 an hour.
That's what I was on.
And I was like, I can't afford. It was in Northallerton as well, right? So the train was like £7. So basically, what I'd earn a day, I'd spend on getting to work. I was basically earning nothing. So I did that for the 3 weeks. I thought this Geordie Shore thing might take off, it might not, I don't know. And then I remember there was this woman that I couldn't stand, like, and I was washing her hair. She used to like one of these clients where it's like, the water's too hot, the water's too cold. You're not massaging my hair like good enough. And I got a phone call, and I was like, "Can someone take over her hair, please? You can't do that." I was like, "I can't. I need to take this phone call." Went outside, and they were like, "We want to put you on the show." I was like, "What?" They're like, "We want to put you." I was like, "But why?" I was like, "I don't understand." Like, why you want to do that? And like, because we think you're going to change things up and we want to put you in. And I was like, "Okay, so when do I go?" And they're like, "In a week." And then literally from there, I was like, I went home and told my mum and told my brothers. My brother was like, "You're definitely not getting on there." He's like, "They won't put you in there." I was like, "No, I really am." A week later, they came to my house, filmed a backstory, and I went.
As quick as that.
Yeah.
Life
That's
changed.
mental.
It's a bit like you, Mark, when you decided to work here.
Yeah. My
Life
God.
changed forever.
Yeah. I don't even know when it changed or how it changed, but it fucking changed.
You're not sure if it's for the better yet, are you?
Yeah. It's happened so
I
quickly.
told you I could talk, by the way. I just realised that I didn't come up for breath there, did I?
That's more what
That's
I was
why I'm
like. I
giving
was
that-
more engaged in what, like, how much you were speaking than what
That's why I'm
the
giving you a
words were.
breather there. Just have a drink and have a breath. But yes, I mean, you walk into this house and then you just like, I don't know, you just start partying with people and shit, don't you really?
It was like, don't get me wrong, the first series that I did, I hated it. Oh, the first series I did, sorry. I hated it. Not actually, to be fair, no one actually knows this. I think it was the third day that I was there. I went to the toilet and I cried.
Never.
Because I was just like, I've made the most stupidest mistake of my life. I was like, what? I don't fit in here. I really
Overwhelming.
don't. It was just overwhelming because like everyone in there is a really big character. And like, obviously I'd watch them on TV and stuff.
How
so,
big of a character are you now, though?
well, yeah, but like that's
But I
like,
know
it
what you're
takes a
saying.
while like to come out your shell. But like when you like, say you could be the loudest person in your friendship group, but then put you in another friendship group full of loud people, you almost go mute. And that's exactly what happened to me. Like I went in this house and I was like, do you know when you're just not feeling yourself? And it was the first time I'd ever been in a situation where I'd never felt like me. And I didn't like that. And I was thinking, I'm going to quit. And I thought, no, just stick it out. Like you've only got like 2 weeks left. Just drink through it, party through it. You can. And to be fair, my first series, I won't lie, when I watched it back, it was shit. I barely spoke. I didn't really interact with what was going on because I was just so overwhelmed. And not only that, I told them that I was bi. So it was like, in my head that I was thinking this lie's going to come out.
I wondered about that because obviously we knew before you went in, and then it was like a bit of a reveal on there. But obviously, so that was a bit like you told them you were bi.
Yeah. So basically, like, this is like.
So was that your decision to go on as bi, or was that the producers?
Mine, because basically, in my head, my brother basically said you're not going to get on there because you're gay. So then in my head, I thought, right, that's true. And then not only that, when I met one of the producers, they asked me a question. They were like, because I told them I was bi straight away. She went, which room are you going to stay in? And I was like, the boys' room. And they're like, all right, just because we've interviewed a lot of gay lads and they all said they wouldn't stay in the girls' room because they feel more comfortable, but that set you apart from them, which is different. So then I thought, right, so they've interviewed loads of gay lads now and I can't turn around and say I'm gay because it's either now I'm either going to get put in a group of people that I'm competing against, or I'm the only bi person that they've interviewed so far, so I stand out by myself. And not only that, I thought going into a very heavily masculine environment, to be openly gay is a ballsy fucking move. And at 23, I wasn't brave at all. So I was just like, nah, just like take the easy route, say you bi, and then see how that goes. Went in, and that was fine. Because like then I felt like I had something in common with the boys. When they were all talking about pulling birds and shagging girls, like I would sit there and pretend that I'd shagged loads of birds and this, that and the other, and I was like, right, it's fine. But then after a while it gets to a point where you're like, I physically and mentally can't do this. I can't lie about who I am. And then before, I think in the second series, my second one, I talked to one of the producers and I was like, I need to tell you something. And I was like, I just need to be honest. I was like, I'm gay. And she's like, right, well, it can't just come out like that, because obviously we've got to build it up and stuff, and you've got to talk to people first. And because we are making a TV show as well, so obviously they let me do it in the complete way I did. But then when I did that, I didn't realise it would have the implication it did on the audience as well as other people. Because like,
did it empower people?
Well, the thing is, I thought all like the people I knew that watched Geordie Shore were very straight boys. You know what I mean? Like they were confused that I'd got on. So then I thought, if I'm going to come out on this show, loads of lads are going to be like, you've ruined Geordie Shore. Like, oh, get this faggot off. Blah, blah, blah. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, of course you can.
Sorry, by the way, if anyone gets triggered by that word. I hate that word as well. But that's what I thought people were going to say. Yeah. I thought that's what people were going to say. And I thought, I don't want that, and I don't think I can face that. And then weirdly didn't happen. Like people were like, oh, fuck. Like, they're very accepted. If anything, the only people that were homophobic were the older generation, like men who have got kids and stuff, and they were just people on Twitter just like trolling me and stuff. But then not only that, I didn't realise that Geordie Shore was shown in as many countries as it is. Like, I think at the time it was like in 32 countries worldwide. So then that me coming out on TV, like a little gay boys all around the world were watching that thinking like, fuck, if he can do that, I can do that. But like when I grew up and watching TV, there was no one gay. Or like not many black gay people. In fact, there was no black gay people. There was like a few like odd like gay people. That was it. So I had no one to aspire to. And then that happened, and then that my whole career after that changed completely.
So you had like no one to aspire to, and then all of a sudden you became that person that people aspire to. So I mean, you completely underestimated the show, and what that little decision of just changing your mind of what you told the producers, then became this massive thing. But it was a brave thing, wasn't it? And it's meant that you've like inspired people.
Like I don't regret it at all. I kind of sort of wish that I was a bit more brave and did it at the beginning. But then if I didn't, the way it came out and the way it was like edited on the show was perfect.
Yeah.
And I think that probably helped people a lot more than what.
There
Was
you
it
go.
almost the same sort of feeling as like coming out again?
It was
Because obviously you had
awful.
already come out. Like,
It was.
yeah.
Or like, well, I watched the episode back the other day actually because it's been Geordie Shore's 10-year birthday, and when I'm like sat watching people, I'm watching it back and I'm talking at the group.
Yeah.
I can see like I don't want to say it, and I get teary-eyed and like my lump like I throat in my throat and I can't speak and I get really choked up, and it felt exactly like when I told my mum.
Yeah.
But apart from when I told my mum, I was shit-faced drunk. This time I was sober, and it was during the day to like 12 strangers. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's mad.
But then not only that, some of the crew as well. Like you've got like Geordie, like what you don't know on Geordie Shore is like, say there's like the cast of 10 people. There's the crew, and the crew is about 200 and something people.
Yeah.
Never.
So yeah, it's like so each like PD, like producer person, they'll have like on their team at least 12 people. So when we did this scene, there was like say a cameraman there, a cameraman there, and a cameraman there with their 12 teams as well. Then you've got the people that watch the rollerball in the gallery as well. And like literally after we did that, we took a break from filming, and everyone just like gave me a round of applause, and one by one just came up and hugged me.
Never.
I cried for so fucking long. I was like,
All day, it's just
like, I was just like, what is
Yeah.
this? But like, it just felt so nice that people like were celebrating, because they obviously they work in TV. They knew what that scene itself was going to do for other people, whereas I was just a reality star, so I didn't have a clue because I didn't know what TV was back like then.
yeah,
So
that's mental. So yeah, so after that, pretty much amazing experience and giving back to a lot of people. You did, I mean, sort of skipping forward a tiny bit. How many series have you done of Geordie Shore?
I want to say about 12.
Have you?
So me right at the minute now, me and Chloe have done more series than any of the originals.
Mental. So you're going to be the longest running.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's
Member.
something I should be proud of. But
How often do they come out? Is it one?
so we used to do it 3 times a year.
Right.
Like we like February till about March, and then we do June, July, August, and
Yeah.
then we do September till November. But then obviously that started. This is when like obviously like Geordie Shore was massive. Like we do 3. Then it got moved out to 2 a year, so it'd be the summer one and then the October one.
Are you
And then-
buzzing to go back when you
I-
take bagpiping
yeah.
day?
Like once it's like we've got the contract's been signed, we know we're going. Like I'm just like I don't want to wait. I want to get in there because it is kind of like being on holiday with your friends.
Yeah.
Like I'm friends with literally everyone in that house now, like,
Yeah.
and we are all like family. So it's like when we are all together, we just pick up where we left off, and it's like I don't know. It's hard to describe the experience. Like if you unless you've been there, like kind of thing, because it's like it's not like anything normal. It's really not.
Because obviously you've got so much time filming, and then
Yeah.
I'm guessing a lot of time not filming, just hanging about.
The thing is, the production of it's so long. So like, say we go in the house for like 6 weeks, and then after that 6 weeks, I'll still be filming for 3 months for that still series. So like, we do the green screen afterwards. So you'll be doing like filming twice a week for green screen for like 3 months.
Is that the bit where you're talking between
yeah,
scenes?
like basically in front of this.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
a chair,
yeah.
So it's like you're doing that for like for 2 weeks.
So you're reminiscing about moments,
Yeah.
basically.
For like, and then by the time you finish your green screen, you're going back in the house again. But luckily, like they put it down to 2, so it's like it gives you a bit of a break. And then
Yeah,
obviously now because of Corona, we've not filmed in like a year and a half, maybe it's 2 years.
yeah.
So it'll be quite nice.
Because
to
it
watch.
used to be like, obviously in the first couple of series, they were literally on nights out mingling with people, and that pretty much abruptly stopped because it got quite big, didn't it? So like, I don't know, what's your nights out and that like? Obviously you look quite segregated, aren't you? I know you probably can't take
No, but
say
like,
too
no, I
much, but-
can. Basically, before, it's not just like Geordie Shore, that's TV as well. Like if you look at Towie, Made in Chelsea, like all reality TV shows, it's gone from like being like when reality TV wasn't big. So like, when you think back to Big Brother, like all the reality shows when they started at the beginning, they could mingle with the public and stuff because there was like no laws. Like
Yeah.
you didn't have to. People didn't have to sign off. People didn't have to. You didn't have to check people's ages and stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't have to ask for consent. As the world's changed and like people are like more aware of their rights, people are more like, I don't want to be doing this. Or like because of professionalism in their jobs. Like if there is like, say for example, my friends who are nurses and doctors and teachers will never be allowed to come on Geordie Shore, even at the house parties, or even if they are at my house and we're filming at my house, they can't be shown because their profession, they're not allowed to be on the show because they can get sacked from that job. So just because of things like that, that's why now we're not allowed to film with like going out in the club because there could be doctors, nurses in a club.
So they're actually protecting other people rather
protecting
than...
the public, basically. And not only that, it's like, if we film with someone, like, say if we walk past someone that's underage in the club, and then they're on TV, it's like, well, hang on, then the club gets closed down, the club can sue us, like, all that.
So much red tape now,
So I think it just makes it, for legal reasons, easier to be like, you're in the VIP area, it's cut off, film them that way, and then that's how it goes, like that.
Joss used to work for Geordie Shore. He used to be a runner for it. And he
Really?
One of my good pals there. I think it was just before you started, to be honest. But he used to be the one who, say if they were out in the club, he used to have to go out, get people in, make them sign all the paperwork and everything. He said there was this massive like list he had to tick off
Of
before
everything,
anyone could even just to
there.
get one person. Even though on camera it looks like
they're
just there.
Because it's
strange.
Like, I mean, if you think back to the old Big Brothers and the old Love Islands and stuff, they're even like that. They were smoking.
You can't
do
smoke on TV now because it's making it look cool for the younger generation.
Right, yeah.
And obviously smoking's been banned now. Like, well, not
yeah,
banned,
like even
but like,
fresh bursts and that.
menthol fags. You can't have that because younger kids think it's cool. So
yeah.
all this thing is now has changed. Even the drinking. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to anyway.
Yeah.
So Geordie Shore's always been known for drinking. Now it's actually someone's job to sit in the corner of the room and watch how many drinks I've had. They physically have to mark it on.
So you get one person per.
No, like there'll be one person and their job's to watch all of us.
Right,
basically.
right, yeah.
They'll mark it out, and then when I get to 7, I will get told to stop.
Are you all allowed 7? Or is that your limit? Your personal limit?
It's people's obviously got different limits. I'm 6'4", so I can drink a lot more than someone who's 5 foot.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's not fair to say, well, you can only have 3 drinks, Nathan. I'd be like, well, I'm stone cold sober. But I don't know whether that's happened in all TV shows, but I know it happened to us after Australia, because when we went to Australia on the first night, like the Australians came and they got dead excited. One of them had to go get the stomach pumped, and another one had a fit. So like after
Neither
that,
were you with her?
No, none of them. They were Australian people. So after that, obviously duty of care for like people like that. So now even your drink's monitored. So if even when people come to the Geordie Shore house party, our friends, they get a wristband, and I think it got to a point where there were only now 2 drinks, so all of our friends stopped coming. So they couldn't film it. So then obviously they had to put it up.
Right.
The drink limit up. So now I think it's like 5. But obviously they make it strong drinks. But no, like you don't see that side of things. Like TV, like being in TV now has changed my whole perspective of it, because I know how it works.
Yeah. So when you watch certain shows, and
that's why I don't really watch TV anymore. I won't watch Love Island.
Do you watch yourself back or not?
Every now and then I might do. If like I know something's good, like, and I want to see how it came across, or if there's something I don't know how it's been edited, I'll watch it. But other than that, I don't, because I'm like, what's the point? Because I know for a fine fact
you pull yourself apart as well.
I know that's happened.
Mark doesn't watch himself.
No, I don't watch myself. Don't like to watch myself.
Yeah.
But I studied film and TV in college, and for a little while after that, I struggled to watch film and TV because you're analysing it constantly. And you know the secrets, you've
got triggers for certain things.
So you'd watch a film and you'd just be like analysing why they did certain things, and different.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I
things
did
have been
that
edited
in
and that
as well. I did film studies at the thingy.
There you go.
So I know that I know the antagonist
TV.
and protagonist.
Right.
And the antagonist is normally in the top hand corner on this side because it makes him seem superior, and the protagonist is at the bottom corner. Is that right?
That is,
I bet
something
this
like
must
that.
be like old films. I bet that's not the same.
No, it's not. It's in most films. Most films, that's how it's filmed. Yeah,
There's something to do with like a bad guy as well. They'll tilt their head a certain way. I don't know whether it's left or right.
Yeah.
But I think it was on the Psycho poster. If you look, his head's tilted one way. I think I could be totally wrong. It could be a different film, but I think it's.
I bet
Psycho.
you match that head tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've done some travelling, haven't you, Dave? Mental. I think that must be. Oh, Siri's going off. That must be one of the main benefits you've had from working in TV. I mean,
100%. Because, like I said,
doesn't want to travel?
Geordie Shore's obviously showing around all over the world. But one of the places that's absolutely massive, which I don't know why, and I still can't get over, is Australia. Like, I have never seen anything like we went.
You're quite famous over there then when you get off the plane.
Like ridiculous. We did a tour, like a PA tour. So do you know how we have like festivals and stuff over here? Over there they have this thing. I think it's called the Good Life, and it's like for like I think 16 to like 20-year-olds or something like that. And it's a festival that's all over Australia. So there's one in Sydney, Perth, Melbourne, Brisbane. There was Gold Coast. I can't remember some other places. Like it's all over there. And basically, our job, there was me, Chloe, and I think Charlotte, and Holly, we basically went over there and like went all around Australia doing these things. And the amount of like kids, like teenagers that turned up to get a photo with us, I was like, what the fuck? And not only that, when we were there, we did club appearances and stuff. And I had my birthday at this one club. The capacity for the club, I think, was 4,000. No, I think it might have been 1,000 people, like any standard club. 6,000 people turned up to the club to get there. So like it literally got to a case of 1 in, 1 out. So I spent my birthday in there doing a PA, and 6,000 people came to see us.
How mental is that?
I don't even know. I don't know 6,000 people.
What does that feel like? Like, what are you thinking there? Like, you just get on with it.
I don't know. It's like, it's hard to describe because it's obviously, it's a good, don't get me wrong, it's a good feeling because it makes me feel validated. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is right. And it means that it makes me feel like if people like us, they like me for being me, because at the end of the day, my job is being on reality TV and being myself.
Yeah.
So then if people like that, then I'm doing something right. I'm just being myself. But then at the same time, it's not a normal thing. It's not what a normal thing for any human being to experience that, like to be put on a pedestal or whatever on that type of scale. It's not normal. And I think because of that, it's made like the way I go about my day-to-day like activities and stuff a lot differently. Like I get massive anxiety going out in Darlow with my friends. I will have like near enough, not a panic attack, but I will sit and I will freak the fuck out before getting out of any taxi to go to a club, just because of what's happened and like the scale of things. Obviously, I know there's not going to be 6,000 people in Darlington.
No, but like when it's your hometown, you always feel more judgment.
Yeah.
You like, even though there probably isn't. It's just because you know more people, you've grew up with people.
Yeah.
It's like you've got more experience with people from Darlow. That like you just you think more eyes are on you, don't you?
Yeah.
Or
but then
more
it's like
eyes that matter, maybe. I don't know.
It's
like,
either
that sounds a bit bad,
no, that's right. It's like more eyes that matter, because it's like, well, these are the people I grew up with and stuff, and like when they see me, like it's I don't want people that I've grew up with in school that know me as me to then be looking at me going, oh, there's Nathan. I'm like, you know for a fine fact I've not changed. I'm still the same person you were in school with, and you were friends with me in school. The only person that's really changed is you and your attitude towards me. And so therefore that's a problem that you have. But then it's like, even still, that's not even a nice thing to experience. But then like, even when I go to other cities and stuff, if there's not a massive group of us, sometimes I freak out. Like I went to Manchester the other week and me and Sophie went for food. And like we got with the taxi and stuff. And obviously when you're with other people and we go with the cities, we get papped. So then the paps follow us, which then if you're trying to go for food and like be incognito and like you just want to like just go for food and you want to chill and you don't want anyone to know that you're there, and then you've got a pap there, and then you've got a queue outside.
Do they literally just sit opposite you and take pictures of that?
No, they can't go in the restaurant, but like they'll be outside the restaurant or something. Then they'll pap us, and then if there's a queue, then everyone in the queue starts looking and they go, oh, there's that person. And then 9 times out of 10, you do get the one dickhead go, like, oh, you fucking wankers, this, that, and the other, and they start shouting loads of abuse, and it's like...
One man comes to mind when I think of that person.
Who?
You know, it doesn't matter.
Oh, tell me.
No, I was thinking Jay.
Yeah. But he's had a couple of drinks, maybe.
But like that happens, and then that triggers me, and then I have anxiety, and I don't want to go in. I want to go home. Like, don't get me wrong. There's been nights out where I've actually turned around and said I'm not coming, just because mentally for me it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. Like this is like the one thing I'm actually willing to talk about as well, because I don't really talk about this in many podcasts. Everyone thinks being on TV is amazing. They think it's great, and like oh, you have this wild lifestyle. It fucks you up mentally. It really does. Like I said, because like I keep saying, it's not a normal situation.
No.
It's really not. Like, there's been popular in school and people knowing who you are, then there's been famous. 2 different spectrums of the thing. Like, I can't go like to a shop, or like, I'm not saying I'm mega famous, because that sounds like I'm being like, do you know what I mean? I'm not a narcissist, but like, in Darlow, I can walk wherever. It's fine. Like, I know a lot of people. My family here, I grew up here. But then like, it's when you go somewhere where they don't expect you to be there. Yeah. Like, say if I went to Manchester, they won't have anyone from Newcastle there, because it's all people that live in Manchester, and there's no reality TV programs that film there. So when they see a Geordie there, like, it's like, oh my God. And then you get followed by people, like getting followed from your hotel shopping. Like, that's not normal. Like, and then even when you start like hungover and stuff, and people taking snide photos of you and stuff like that, and it's like, or then shouting things, it's like, it makes you like on edge all the time.
No, I think I completely understand that. I think being under the spotlight every day, all day, and having expectations of you, it's a hard thing. And I think it's what the younger generation are dealing with now, because they go on Instagram, they get so many followers straight away for doing certain things, and then they're mentally under pressure every day to live up to that.
To live up to standard.
And you have to put like photos on every day to keep your followers up. You've already got to that sort of level, and you have got expectations of certain people. So yeah, it's a very, very like tough thing to deal with. I can understand that.
Like, I do feel sorry for kids nowadays because obviously social media, I think it can be a good thing and a bad thing. Like obviously it can educate things, especially like with what's going on this year with like Black Lives Matter movement, like things that are happening in Palestine and Iraq. Like I wouldn't have known what's happening in Palestine and Iraq if it wasn't for social media, because that educated me and it made me look into things and research that. But at the same time, you've got like obviously the younger generation that are portraying this perfect lifestyle that they don't live.
They think that's how people should live.
Yeah, and it's not.
It's not.
Like me and my friends actually talked about this the other day. Like, so models that you see on Instagram, when was the last time you ever seen an Instagram model walk down the street? You never have.
You don't.
And if I did, I go, is that her?
Well,
or is that him?
But you would. But the thing is, though, and if you did see them in real life, they wouldn't look like they do on Instagram.
No, that's what I mean.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
It's all a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know it's incredibly powerful in any direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Social media. So it could be incredibly powerful in a good way or a bad way, and there's no in between. It goes that way, doesn't it? So yeah, I mean, I've built a business out of it, and
that's
a
like
life
the
out
good
of
things
it.
like
That's
this.
a good thing, but the pressure to keep posting pictures and keep doing stuff, even as a barbershop, it's a difficult thing. I mean, that's why we've got Christy now, because you can't do it. You can't.
She runs the social media.
Yeah, she runs the social.
But see, if you didn't have that and you had to do it yourself,
it's impossible.
It's a constant thing, and it's like that itself can make people like think differently and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing this enough. I'm not posting enough. And like, it's like
you start comparing yourself to other barbershops or other people.
Yeah.
You know
And basically,
what I mean?
people starting to live in the phone. Like this is a real fucking.
What are you
world.
like on your phone usage?
Like don't get me wrong. I will sit and I will scroll Instagram for ages. But that's like. But I watch videos. So it's not like I'm sitting there comparing myself and looking at other people and thinking, oh, I want to be like that. I literally sit there and watch funny videos.
Go down the rabbit
People
hole.
fall over
like,
that.
Like people falling over.
I love shark videos.
Do you?
Sit and watch shark.
That's
I
always
like watching dogs being scared. Like so, like
it's a great one.
like that. Or I like to watch which I cry a lot at, which is quite sad. Do you know when like dads who are in the military and stuff come home and they surprise the kids at school? I like watching videos like that. So I use that for social media. But when I'm at home, my phone goes down and I crack on doing what I need to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to be on my phone all the time. When I first got on TV, when we used to go on nights out, I would be sat on a night out with my friends and I'd be like this, looking at the likes, looking at the comments and stuff like that. And it got to a point where my friends were like, "Don't come out with us anymore because what's the point?" Like Liam even said to me once on the night out, "Will you put your fucking phone down? If you don't put your phone down, go home."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why is it? Because you're out with your friends. Why are you there? Like here."
It's about being present, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you don't do it, when you're out with your mates and you're out with your family, and then afterwards you analyse, you're like, what the fuck was I doing there?
Why was I doing that?
Yeah, I used to do it with my mum all the time, man. To go around my mum's house, sit on my phone, what am I doing? It's precious moments.
Well, I used to do that with my dad as well.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where my dad was like, "I want you to like not be on your phone when you come around." I was like, "That's fine." Now when I go around, before I even go up, my dad's turn my phone silent.
Yeah.
I sit and talk.
And how much more do you get out of a little
Well,
conversation?
exactly, a lot more. I mean, my dad talks for England. Like, you imagine, you think I'm bad. He is worse, but he talks a lot slower. So it's like, it takes forever.
You drawn it out with him and that.
Like, the
Finishing a
podcast,
sentence.
if my dad was here, the podcast would take 7 days to get, like, one bit of the story. Like, Christ.
So I mean, you've done, like, quite a few TV shows now.
Yeah.
I mean, you did the tattoo one. I remember that one.
Just Tattoo with Us, yeah. So I've done Just Tattoo with Us, obviously Geordie Shore, Celebs Go Dating, Release the Hounds, All-Star Driving School.
Celebs Go Dating. I remember that one, yeah.
Big Brother's Bit on the Side. I nearly got on Big Brother.
Yeah.
But obviously then it got cancelled, so then I didn't go on there. And then obviously there's a few exciting things coming this year, hopefully, that I'll get. I mean, I was trying for the jungle, and I don't think I've got that.
Right.
I can talk about that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think once I've done that, I think that's for
I
me.
think you'd be hilarious on that. Are you scared of, like...
Oh God, I'd be petrified.
Everything.
I'd probably get voted for everything, but like once I've done that, I think I would give reality a nod in the head that I won't do any more reality TV, because that's I think as high as you can go.
I think that's the only one I really watch, to be fair.
Is it?
Like,
Is that a bit of you, that one?
It's the best one, though.
Yeah. What, you've never watched Geordie Shore?
I've watched it.
Yeah.
I've watched it, but
I don't even watch it.
yeah, well,
I mean, I probably shouldn't say that because I want people to watch Geordie Shore because I want my career to last a while. So please do watch it. It's great. It's great fun.
So he is promoting it still, everyone.
To be fair, this next series is going to be very good.
Yeah.
It's going to be filmed because obviously the pandemic, all TVs had to change because you can't film us like now going out in a club, even if we were in a segregated area. That because of, like I was saying, like duty of care and stuff. We can't say if I went out in a club, someone in the club had COVID, we would have to shut down the whole of production. So I would have to isolate even if I didn't have it. So like they're not doing that this time. So when go film. When does this squad? Did you say 2 weeks?
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Oh, that's fine. So I can talk about this. Right. So I'm going filming next Friday.
Right.
I'll be going into a hotel to self-isolate for 10 days before we go into the house. And then when we go in the house, it's all filmed very differently. So it's going to be like, do you know how the celebs go dating that was just on?
Yeah.
Where they all went to the mansion.
Ah, right.
And people came
so
in.
It is a bit Big Brother-y, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be, this one's going to be a bit more like that. So we're going to actually, because all of us are single. So like this one's going to be basically about all of us dating and stuff. So I think them people, which I think they've been casting the whole of this year, I think are going to come and live with us. So there's going to be a lot of people in the house, basically, that we're going to get to go on dates with. And then one by one, obviously, like we're like,
I've seen you dating on TV.
yeah, no. So like, let's like, so that was bad. It's sensible dating. I was going through a stage where I actually drink a lot.
He was getting so pissed, Mark.
It was embarrassing.
He was just going on dates with like these lads and just getting so wrecked and just, they couldn't get a word in.
If there was anything that I've ever regretted in my life, that's probably that.
Was it really?
Because on my first day,
was it a bit of a bad stage that you went on it then? Yeah.
I think it's because that was the first time massively I'd done anything that solely by myself. I wasn't Nathan from Geordie Shore, I was just Nathan. So then when obviously with Geordie Shore, people have this expectation of me. They expect me to be loud and drunk all the time. 9 times out of 10, I genuinely am. Like he even said to you when I came in here, I was like, have I been in the barbershop before? You were like, yeah, you came with your ex. And I was like, was I drunk?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. So 9 times out of 10, that is true. But normally I'm not, and I'm not like I am on TV. I don't throw fucking food around my own house. I don't go on like that sometimes. Like that is TV. It's enhanced the way you are. So I went to celebs go dating, thinking that these people that were going to date me wanted Nathan from Geordie Shore, but they didn't. They wanted me.
That makes sense.
So that's why I was drunk all the time and making them get drunk, because when I was sat there, one of them even was like, "You're very quiet," and I was like, "1, I don't know who you are, and I'm nervous, and 2, I've been told that I need to tone my drinking down, so that's why I'm quiet."
They should have had that bloke measuring your drinks on that show, no?
Oh, well, if to be fair, I racked up a bill once. I think we went somewhere, and to be fair, the lad that I was on a date with, which he was like a good date, he managed to drink the same as me. And normally you get like a bill, like say like I think it's like 70 quid or something, like because it's only 2 of you. You shouldn't be bringing like any more than 70 quid. I think we had like £400 worth of drinks, like with tequila shots. We were fucking trashed, like really badly, and they're like, "This needs to stop." And they were like,
we need a word about last night.
Otherwise, you'll be paying for it yourself. It's also unprofessional, and we've got a duty of care for like the people that you're dating as well, because that person went home and got because we went on our date in London, and that person went and got a train to Manchester and went home. They're like, anything could have happened to him. I was like, but if I was dating him in real life, and we actually did spend that much, I'd be like, I would have sent him on his way home on a train. So if anything happened to him, that's his fault. He's an adult.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's fair, isn't it?
Yeah. But needless to say, if I ever did celebs go dating again, I would never drink that much.
Yeah.
Watching yourself back, being a mess on TV, has altered the way now I am on a night out.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah. If you see, like, say if I see you tomorrow in town, let's not use tomorrow as an example because I'm going to a barbecue during the day. So say if like I see you like I don't know in a week's time in town, I'm a different drunk to what I was before. I don't drink to like. I drink now to enjoy myself and just like relax with my friends. Like before, I used to just drink because I was an animal.
Yeah.
I don't now.
Do you think that comes down to like a bit of the like pre-night out anxiety and that you just smash drinking to just settle it? Because I do that sometimes as well.
I would literally I would go for 2 bottles of wine before going out just to try and settle my nerves.
Yeah.
2 bottles of wine.
Because I know at this point I'll be fucked, and no matter what, if someone shouts something at me, I'll be ready to go back with something else, or I'll be like, I know I'll be on my top of my game, which is quite bad because like Geordie Shore's actually made me hate drinking. I can't I've only having 2 ciders. But I'll go home after that and I'll have a massive 2-litre bottle of water out of fear that I might have a hangover in the morning. But I don't like drinking that much now. I'm bored of it.
Yeah, you've done a lot of it.
I've done it for 6 years. Yeah. I'm over it.
Mark, do you get that pre-night out anxiety?
When I used to go out a lot.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, when I was younger, I did used to.
You used to go out a lot, Mark?
I used to go out quite a bit, a couple of nights a week, in me 18s, 20s, but now not.
Therefore, how old do you think Mark is?
25?
Ah, yeah.
How old are you?
He's been flat. He's
27. How old are you, Ross?
I'm 30 now.
So when did you turn 30?
November.
Yeah. So I'm older than you. Great. Fuck.
Are you? Yeah.
February.
I thought you were a year younger, mate.
No, February. You're younger, did you? We're there.
Yeah.
If you turned it in November last year. So you're turning 31 this year.
I'm 31
I'm younger than you. That's okay then.
Yeah.
But do you not think...
So you've just turned 30 in February?
Yeah. Do you not think, though, hangovers now are not like what they were before?
4 days.
Yeah.
It takes me 4 days. Like, Thursday, I'm not right.
So like that, that's why I hate going out. So like
Yeah.
the thought of even going back to filming, sometimes I'm like, I don't think I could do that, because if I go on one night out and I get really drunk, the next day I won't film.
Yeah.
I won't get out of bed. I won't be able to.
Nah,
I physically won't be able to peel myself off the bed. My body will be aching.
Because you always do like activities in that. There's not a chance.
When you're in there, like it's quite brutal the way it is. So it's like 8 a.m. in the morning. Someone comes in, camera, starts filming. Get up. Got to talk about last night. Come on. And it's like, but hang on. I got into bed at 5 o'clock this morning after having a food fight. I need to shower. I've had 3 hours sleep. I think I'm still drunk. But you've got a job to do. Come on. Imagine doing that for 6 weeks. 3 hours sleep maybe a night.
Yeah. I mean, it looks glamorous, but
it's not.
It's hard work, isn't
like,
it?
You come down ill. Like you'll have flu. I'll probably be in a home. Like once I'm finished filming, I'll probably get home in bed for a week. Like
yeah, because it's like like you say, when you go away, it's like going on holiday with your pals, and it isn't it?
Like imagine going to a beef for doing a season. Then when you come back,
I did 3 months, and I nearly died. Easy. Yeah.
I mean, I nearly died on Monday.
Yeah.
And that's from a night out. So imagine what I'm fucking doing that for, like.
It is, yeah. When you get older, you do get closer to death on hangovers, I think. And you just, every time you're like, is this worth it? It can't be worth it.
It's not.
You just, because you can't, as soon as you forget about it, it's fine. But like on that, when you're hungover, oh my God.
Do you know how I can tell I've matured, right? Fran you know Fran, don't you? You know Fran?
Yeah.
Obviously the sun's out, and obviously whenever the sun comes out, everyone wants to get drunk. Even like you message me saying, "Oh Nathan, I hope the sun's not like made you forget about the podcast. I hope you're not getting drunk." I was at home tidying my house, packing clothes. Like that's to me. No, once upon a time, the sun would have been out. I would have been in the park somewhere.
To be honest, like
Shit-faced.
today, I thought, nah, no chance. He's going out today.
Yeah.
Nah, I've been at home. Or I went to the gym this morning.
And you were like, I'm cleaning and that.
Walking
Like,
the dogs,
what?
cleaned. And then Fran was like, "Oh, who wants to get drunk?" And I was like, "Not a chance." I was like, "We are going to a party tomorrow at 1 p.m. I was like, "If I go out tonight, I won't be coming to the party. I won't speak to any of you till Tuesday, and I go filming on Friday, so I probably won't see you." So I've literally...
You're such a 30-year-old adult now.
I hate it. I hate it. And it's a Saturday now, and I'm going to go home.
We're literally the only people in Darlington that aren't out right now.
I know.
Yeah.
That's...
Should we just go out? Fuck it.
I'm not out every bank holiday though.
Yeah.
You made me feel sad now
I know.
that we're going to be going home, but I don't care. I'd rather be home and healthy, like focusing and stuff.
Yeah.
Then
Has lockdown helped you refocus?
I think it's made me realise what I want in life and what I don't.
Yeah.
And it's made me realise career-wise, businesses, and mentally focus and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously...
Because it gave us all that moment of calmness and still, didn't it? To really look at yourself and what you want. Because normally you just get caught in the big river of life and you just go with the flow, don't you? But when we all had time to think and no distractions, I think everyone got that... a little bit of clarity out of it.
But you know, some people didn't know, which that's
straight back into the old routine.
I find that very alarming.
If there's anything you needed to get out of that lockdown, see, it took
taken
years
it,
of our lives. It's getting a bit of perspective.
And then seeing those people that haven't taken that and they've gone back into their old ways, I'm just like, what did you learn from 2020, 2021? Because you've clearly not fucking learned anything.
Yeah.
And I thought I was a fucking idiot, but I'm not. Like I won't get you. Like
I can see a different Nathan.
Like I was very materialistic. Like I thought I need to have this before lockdown. Being in lockdown, so I realised like I don't need that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to portray a lifestyle that I don't fucking have. I don't need to live up to something that I'm not. I can just literally be at home, be me. All my friends, when you were allowed to travel, went to Dubai. Every single one of them.
Did you not go?
Nah. Every day I got questioned, why aren't you in Dubai? Why, have you fallen out with your friends? Bye. Are you okay? Are you mentally well? Bye. Are you trying to hide at home? I'm like, no, I just don't want to fucking go to Dubai. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I want to stay at home with my 2 dogs and live my life, see my family when I can, see my friends when I can, and occasionally get drunk by myself. I don't care. I just like to be myself.
You and your dogs just getting pissed. Yeah.
The one bit me the other day, little bastard. But like, even still, like saying that out loud, it does sound quite sad. But
it's not. Though.
It's like it's not. I don't follow
You've
people.
got more in common than you thought.
Well, this is it now.
I don't. Do you know what I mean?
Life.
I don't. I don't. Like, I think before lockdown and stuff, I think I would say like the only way to describe it is probably like be a follower. Like I would go with the crowd, and I would always do things to please people. Now, if I don't want to go to a night out, if I don't want to go for food, if I don't even want to come to your house, if I don't want to answer the phone, I'm not going to. And if you get mad at me for that, then that's not my problem. Like there was a time, like I think in lockdown, I literally turned my phone off for 3 days. Not because I didn't want to speak to anyone, like, and I was in a dark place. It's because I literally just thought, I don't have anything to speak about. I don't want to ring someone and be like, this lockdown shit, is it? What have you been up to today? I walk the dogs. That's it. I don't want to have the same mundane.
Try being barbers in this pandemic.
But like,
Yeah.
but
What
you
you
know
been
what I mean?
up to?
But like, even so, I would even if I was a barber, I wouldn't ask someone. And if someone started talking about lockdown, I'd probably say to them, "I'm not being funny, mate. I don't really want to hear your depressing story. Lockdown's been awful for everyone. It's for the whole world. It's been awful. We don't need to keep reminiscing how depressing it was, because then you are going to get depressed. Focus on other things. Focus your mind on other things, because then that's going to make you better."
Yeah.
Like, that's what I've literally done the whole way through this. Worked out, walked the dogs. I think I went on walks like every day for 4 hours. I got to the point where I was talking to my dogs like they were my friends, but that's not the point. Like, it made me realign and refocus on things. And I think that is probably the best thing that's come out of lockdown for me.
I think you've grasped it. I think that the only things we could do was learn, educate ourselves about ourselves, and go on walks.
Yeah.
And I mean, I did the same. Mark, you did the same.
Definitely.
I think you're listening to him there, just thinking,
Yeah, I'm like,
So, talking
fair
about,
enough.
I'm
like,
sick of walking now.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
god, I think the dog's sick of walking now. Every time like, I go to like back door, he's like that.
Like, fuck off, not again. I don't.
He runs away.
I think if we did go in another lockdown though, I think I would panic, because I think I've learned as much as I can learn. I'm like, I don't.
That was the last lockdown. Halfway through, that was all the lockdowns. I've been very positive. I've learned so much, educated myself, felt mint. Near the end of the last lockdown or through the mid, I was like,
I think that's to do with weather as well, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
like,
yeah.
being miserable and raining and cold, you can't go out and do your walking and your whatever.
No, it
else
wasn't
you were
inviting
doing.
you out to walk,
No,
was it?
so
No.
it was.
Tell you what, you got in shape, didn't you? You
Very
got in shape
fast.
last year.
Like, it's all I did.
Yeah.
Was work out every day and go to the gym in the morning. Because as well, I felt like that helped with anxiety and helped focus me mentally. Like, anytime I was feeling anxious, I'd go straight like in my gym and do the Stairmaster.
How good is Reece that you're in better nick than him now?
Well, he's not where he was, so I won't lie. You did get a bit chubby, Reece.
Ah.
I love you. He did get a bit chubby in lockdown, but then after, obviously, now it's lifted, he's literally, because he's got very good genetics, he can train for like 2-3 weeks and be ripped. So obviously, you've seen me doing this.
He'll go mental at me for saying that.
He's like, probably he's got a better body than me again. So I'm like, fuck. I'm doing all that for nothing, and then my brother's ripped again. My brother's built like a massive fucking brick shit house.
Yeah.
He's like 6'7".
He was like a big monster when he was like 17-year-old. He was like abs and all that.
And now he's like 29. He's like giant.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think at least we all took that out of lockdown anyway, and like that was it's a massive positive thing. It was a nice reset. So you mentioned businesses there. Have you got a few side businesses? Of course.
Well, so like I've tried
side hustle.
Don't get me wrong. I've tried a lot of things, and a lot of things have failed. I tried a teeth whitening thing, which to be fair, that did go well for a bit, and then it's hard as well, because obviously with my business stuff, they're all online, so it's all based on Instagram, stuff like that. So like that flopped. Then I basically had my fingers in like where I was selling like bric-a-brac and like all kinds of shit, and I just thought,
what's bric-a-brac?
Like, just like, do you know, like when things came in that were a trend, like, so do you know them fidget things, whatever they're called, things
fidget spinners.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So you put it in your hand, like, come on, like, you know what I mean? You're not going to make me act it out, are you? Like, you do that.
Do you know what he's on about?
Of course I do.
Yes,
yeah.
everyone knows what it is.
Alright,
A
Fidget spinner. They had 3 sort of sides.
It's like things like that. That's called bric-a-brac. That's called bric-a-brac. So like shit, basically shit that you don't need.
Right.
So like
okay.
I used to like sell like my own version of that. Then I thought there's no passion in that. So then I did bring up my dog range, my business range.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we had that. It was like really all the way through lockdown. That was massively successful, because obviously, you know, as you know, everyone was walking the dogs. So like that was like a good income for me. But then now, obviously the way things have changed and stuff like that, and I don't think I have that much competition in terms of dog branding, because no, the celebrities or influencers have brought their own brand. It's literally what you get at Pets at Home or what you get at Jolly's. No one's brought their own stuff. So now I've got mine, and I've taken over the business completely. It's completely mine. It was mine and my agents before, but now it's all mine. So I'm going to rebrand the whole thing, and I just want to give that a proper push. And I don't know what direction I want to take it in yet.
But you're passionate about it.
Yeah, that's something like, that's something that I wake up and I'm like, do you know what? And it's like, it's got my dog's name, and it's a business that I started with the idea of me and my dog. So like, it's something that we do together.
Yeah.
Although now I've got another dog, it's a bit like, I can't call it Buddy Buster and me. It's a bit too much, that, isn't it?
Is that really Buddy and Buster?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, so at least you've got other things going on, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's like a day in the life of you at the minute then?
At the minute, it sounds boring, but at the minute, like why I'm not doing TV stuff until like next week, it's literally get up 7 a.m, work out, take the dogs out, work out, eat, take the dogs out again, and then literally just focus on the business. Like, obviously, I have to do social media stuff. Like, so I have to set a time, like, throughout the day, which I try to limit. So, like, it's like normally during the middle afternoon, where I've got to do social media, like edit photos, like send photos, do cameos and stuff like that, like do my requests, message my agent, sort like other things like that out. And then on the night time, it's literally, I have that to myself.
Do you get constant like messages and stuff off like Instagram and stuff?
So before I came here, I'd managed to get on top of all my things in my inbox. So there, like, how long have we been doing this podcast?
Just under an hour.
17 messages. I need to reply to.
Just under an hour, yeah. And that's just from all like people want to collaborate. Is that the
collaborators, stuff like that, like just businesses and like just constantly like trying to keep up with people and stuff. Which obviously that's another thing that's good for social media. But then when sometimes you can't be asked, it's like, and then people are messaging you, I'm like, just fuck off.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be rude because I've got to be professional because it's my job now. So it's like, yeah.
I suppose it does get a bit tedious, that like.
It does. It's annoying when you sat up at like 2:00 in the morning still messaging people back.
Yeah.
To try and sort things, and you know for a fine fact you're gonna send that message, and then at 8:00 in the morning when I get up, I'm gonna have to do it all again while I'm trying to work out.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why I try and set a time to like do it, so I'm not on my phone constantly.
Are you religiously in the gym all the time now then?
Every morning without fail, I'll get up.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'll feel shit all day. Because now it's like got to a point where like, say if I'm angry or if I'm stressed, I'll literally do a bit of cardio, and then it's like my mind resets, and then I'm ready for the day. And then when I go to the gym, it's like obviously you release endorphins and stuff, and then I'll leave the gym, go home, shower, and then I'm like, right, ready to do what I need to do now.
Yeah.
Whereas if I don't go, sometimes I take one day off a week, obviously for recovery, but like if I don't go, then I'll be like, you've not done that. Like, so it's like, oh, and I'll feel really bad about things, or if not, I'll get some more stressed and stuff. So it helps blow things off.
I think that, I mean, I've always loved training on a night because I like a lot of food in me and I like trying to lift heavy weights. But I've recently just started managing to get up at about 5:45 and train for 7. And like you say, I think just battering yourself in the gym in the morning, something that might stress you out a couple of hours later won't stress you out because you've already just got all that shit out of you.
You don't have the energy to actually be asked about anything. That's the thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of training in the morning now. So,
I mean, 5:45. Don't get me wrong. Fun. I'm not going that far. It's too early.
You're still out then.
Just getting on. Probably still out actually. But 7:00, 8:00. Yeah, I'll work out then, start working out, and then go from there. I just think it really just doing something like that in the morning, even going for a walk. If I got up because I used to get up as well when I took the dogs out when we were in lockdown, I'd get up and take them straight out. So like, we'd go to the river or something like 6:30 in the morning. We'd be out for like 3 hours. So then by the time I come home, like that's when the rest of the world's waking up, and like that's when my normal day would start. But like I've already done something, and it
feel like you've achieved something already.
So it just so then it's like no matter what I do in that day, even if I went back home and watched Netflix all day,
you've still done something.
I've got up at 6:30 a.m. and I've walked till 10.
You've won.
God knows how many calories I've done for the day.
Yeah. What time do you walk your dog?
It varies, to be fair. Depends how early I'm in at work, really.
Do you get like a lot out of your walk? Are you looking about, taking in, listening to the birds, or you're just standing in the field like?
It's one of those things. Try and get it over and done with as quick as possible.
Just like everything else that you do.
It almost becomes a bit of a chore.
I call Mark the machine because he just like you set him off on something and he just cracks on with it.
Out.
I can't
There's
stop. If I have something, like say if I have a few bits to do at home or whatever, or you're here, I can't stop until they're all done. Until they're all done to my standard as well.
I like that though.
Yeah.
If someone else does it, like,
would it piss you off if someone didn't do it as good?
Yeah, really bad. Like it's little things like we stack the towels that we wash people's hairs with, and like say if Jay does it or someone else does it, I think Ross does it, and like there's nothing wrong with it. A towel is like slightly off askew.
Would that piss you off?
It would. I wouldn't
what
say
would
anything.
It do, Mark?
I would just do it.
It would upscuttle your
It would
apple cart,
upscuttle my apple cart quite badly. Yeah, I'd have to redo it. You know what I mean? I'm one of those like, if you want it done right, do it yourself.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that though. If you if I know I can do it properly, I'm not going to bother asking someone else to do it.
Yeah, that's.
But then I'll get mad if you don't offer to do it.
Yeah.
And then if you try and do it, I'm like, you should learn to be better.
I didn't notice
learn
about
to do it to my standard.
I didn't think they're like with cleanliness and stuff.
Oh God, I'm like a neat freak. If you come to my house, like you can't put your drink down on the thing. I've got a glass table. Don't know why I bought a glass table. probably
Worst
the
idea.
worst idea I've ever had. So when people
Have you got a cleaner?
No, I refuse to get a cleaner.
Because you need to do it like your own way.
Because if a cleaner came to my house, because even if I had a cleaner, I would clean after the cleaner.
It's exactly what I would do.
Because I'd be like, and then I'd be like, why am I paying you to do that when I could have done it myself? But then I'd be like, I'm not going to take that away from you because I've employed you now. So they'd be like, ugh. So then I'd be stuck in a rut where I have to clean after clean. So I thought, no. Like Cameron comes round all the time. He comes round at least once a week for a cup of tea. When he sits at the table, I make him put his hands like this, but he has a habit of touching everything. So when he leaves, I have to clean the whole table down. This is another reason why I don't like guests.
He'll do it on purpose as well.
Oh no, he does.
Yeah,
So he came in the other day and he like just put his hand on the table. He stood there talking to this, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Why is that triggering?" I was just like, "I don't know." I think that's probably one of the worst things that's come from lockdown. Living by myself, I now have this high standard of what my house and home should be like.
It's almost made me worse as well. Like, I have to be on top of everything. Like the house, it almost has to look like a showroom. Yeah. Like 24/7.
Because you had the time to get that standard.
Because I had the time. Obviously, she was at work. You know, walk the dog. You know, make some food. You just clean all day. You know, there's nothing else to do. So, you know, get the washing all done, get it put away, hoover every day, and now.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Well, there was nothing else to do. So, but yeah, now if there's something out of place, it really upsets me. Like painfully.
Yeah, I can tell that, Mark.
Yeah,
you give
but
us
that's
the eyes.
That's where you live, though. It's your nest. You want
that's
you
true.
Want your safe space to be the best.
You want a bit of pride in where you live. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
I think people that have a problem with that.
See, I'm like
complete opposites.
No, so
clothes get flung. They're there for a week. Dad, wash these.
My problem's always been I clean up after myself, and like I'll keep things tidy, but I don't do a deep clean. So we use a cleaner now. So like. It's tip top now, but like I would.
How often does your cleaner come in?
Every 2 weeks. Changes my bedding because I can't do that.
Why?
Because
you're 30-year-old.
Yeah, but like you have to like get in the sheet on the bottom.
It's really
and I've got a luxury bed mattress which is about that thick.
Yeah,
I've got
the same mattress.
Yeah, but getting the fucking sheet on that.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not hard at all.
It's a bastard.
I did it the other day. I've cut.
Pull it over.
I'm not as tall as you. You could probably do one with your foot, one with your arm.
Do like that, to be fair.
And then I have trouble changing the duvet. Because I've been taught that technique where you go in like...
Underneath the bottom.
Like
corner to corner.
You turn it inside out.
And then,
But
that's just the way.
It's massive, man.
No. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
So what else
does
she do?
Get a sweat on and all that.
What else does she do?
Ask who washes his clothes.
You have someone to wash your clothes?
Yeah. Go on, ask him.
It's shared now.
I'm dragging you down now. I've got a partner here.
My dad, shout out Big Pete.
He washes your clothes?
He lives in Newcastle as well, so he comes down to pick them up. But we have a cup of coffee in that.
Who irons them? Please?
Yeah, them. But then my mum does my work shirts. And then I've got my housemate on it now, so he sometimes does my work shirts.
So you physically don't wash?
I don't lift a finger if they cut hair.
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
I've got Gardner.
I quite aspire to that, but like at the same time, like
it's orchestrating my life so that I can concentrate my time on the right.
Do you not worry that someone's going to like mess your clothes up though, like put your clothes in the wrong wash?
I do that. When I've washed them years ago, once upon a time. That's what I did. I remember washing them and then put them straight into the radiator, and I got my t-shirt stuck like that.
That's why I don't let my mum wash my stuff, because she just puts everything in the wash. I'm like, you've ruined my clothes, so I do it myself.
Yeah.
I iron my own clothes because then I'm the one person like if I burn it, it's my fault.
Because I do like after I do certain tasks that I've just got in a DIY. I don't know if you. Brand new.
He's bought a toolkit and put up a couple of screws. You know.
You play me down, Mark.
Yeah.
I'll let you off. You play me down.
A lot more than what I can do.
Yeah. But like after you do a task, you feel good, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like about like when you get up in the morning, you accomplish your task of going out for a walk. It's the same thing.
Achieve something, yeah.
So I could maybe do them, but we are busy.
Yeah.
I've got a lot on my plate. It's going to be free.
The last thing you want to do after work is probably tidying up.
No.
Barbershop, gym, clothing, podcasting, editing. My life's full at the minute.
It is a lot of stuff to do.
It's full.
You can still whack your duds in the wash.
I could still wash my work clothes. Yeah.
You could probably still change your bed sheets.
Yeah, I could do that. Probably more than 2 weeks. Is that bad?
No, 2 weeks is all right.
3 months I used to go. 3-4 months.
What, without washing your bed?
If I did them, yeah.
I mean, I think I may have left it.
I think for uni,
bugs?
at uni, no, I don't know. At uni, I think I left them for like
a year.
Nigh on a year.
That's so bad.
It's bad, isn't it?
Could you not smell the bed?
Well, no. I mean, I'm not really a smelly person. My shoes never smell like.
No, but like
But I know.
Sweat in your sleep.
And there's like, obviously, yeah. But nah, I don't think it. I might have been the smelly kid at uni. I don't know.
I definitely
Like, if I say if I'd sweated in bed and I woke up and I felt like I was sweaty, I'd change the bed and
yeah. Well, I'm
more
inclined to do that now. Like, but yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there was a time when I was at uni, I went through a stage where I pissed the bed all the time. So I used to have to wash my bed all the time.
Was that when you were drunk or just in general?
When I was drunk.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. I'm an adult now. Stop.
I'm an adult, don't you know?
I'm an adult. Do you know what? Touch wood. I can't find
There's the wood that I put on top of the mirror there. See, DIY.
Damn, I'm gonna. How the fuck did you reach that?
No, not.
I was gonna say you didn't put that up.
That's the peculiar floating shelf. Yeah.
Why is that up there?
No one knows.
Did you put it there?
No.
Did you know?
No.
Very
Was
bizarre.
Told you, it's been there forever.
No.
Is there something on it though?
Nah.
How'd you know?
Because I've seen. And like, you'd think,
Oh,
I always
shelf.
thought maybe
I
a
was
speaker.
looking at
No, that.
the sheep head.
Oh, no, yeah, that
I'd
was there.
put something up there just to like freak someone out, like leave something up there. Someone knows he goes
Little
up there, like
toy or
myself, and they'll be like, "What's up this?" And they're like, "Oh, why is that there?" Like, find something really old from a charity shop and put it up there and be like, "Oh, must have been there when we moved in."
Yeah. But yeah, so fuck knows what that was for.
I've completely forgot what we were talking about a minute ago then.
Yeah, we've just
Been a
we've
skybox
been
or
talking about shite really. Yeah, so I mean, you're quite in a quite successful position at the minute. So have you got aims? Do you write things down? Like,
yeah. Well, so like, this might sound.
You don't have to tell us your aims. I sometimes don't. But like, just what's your processes?
Well, eventually I want to stop doing reality TV. I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I know it sounds perfect. This sounds as well as if it's perfect. It is exhausting being yourself 24/7 because you've got expectations and stuff. I can't be asked sometimes of it. And I think I want to get into presenting, and I want to get in presenting more like educational stuff, and I want to travel with it and stuff. So that there has been talks, like, because obviously I'm friends with all the producers and like the executives and stuff. I work in Geordie Shore, like when you work in TV and stuff, once you've done one show, like you're more likely to get on another show. So it's all like very like
clicky.
Clicky and interbred, but like in the right way, like that kind of thing. So it's like that I have sat down with someone and we've like pitched an idea together basically, and we're trying to get channels to take that up. But it's basically me going around other countries trying things like what's very like what that place is known for. So one of the ideas that we did have is basically go into I think like the Amazon rainforest and try an ayahuasca just to educate people. I know it sounds like, well, you go basically go in there and try a free drug. It's not. It's like, it's basically to educate people on why people go there and stuff, and like the benefits that it has and like the implications it could have in your health and stuff like that. But like obviously then we go other places and try other different things and stuff like that. That's something that.
So yeah, I mean straight away when you said that, I was thinking of the saying "when in Rome," and then I was thinking, "Oh, go to Italy, eat pasta." But no, we're talking a bit more modern stuff.
We're kind of like that, but then like obviously like going to Russia and stuff. Maybe I wouldn't go to Russia because I probably would get killed. But like maybe it's going to places where it is homophobic but slightly safe, so I'm not going to die at the same time. And questioning people why and questioning their rights and stuff. Going to like places like, I don't know, in Africa and stuff like that, and seeing like how people live there. Basically just going around to educate the people, because I think myself, I like bring in an audience that like wouldn't expect that from me, and like if I can educate them on stuff that they're not going to see, because if they're like brainwashed and just watch reality TV show and they're obsessed with reality TV show, if they watch the show that I'm doing and it's educating them, then I've done my purpose. That's the goal. That's something I want to do.
I think you've got that in you. I mean, just from having a bit of it's been a few years since we've spoken. That I think you've definitely changed in the last few years. Like you've maybe locked down or whatever, but you've definitely, now I can see you doing something like that. I can just
that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want, and if not that, I want to get into presenting.
Yeah.
And then I want to retire and have loads of children.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to find someone first, but that's not going to happen. Can't be asked.
But regardless, you're gonna look at.
I mean, when I have children, I need to make sure I don't have a glass table in the house, so I need to wait for that.
Yeah,
I need to let this go. I need to let this mentality go.
There's a long way to go before that. Then I think
I was going to get rid of my dogs before. I was just like, can't be asked with dog hair.
Do you write all this stuff down then and stuff?
So like this sounds weird as well. So like I'm a very firm believer in like frequencies, affirmations, and like what you put out is what you get, kind of thing. Like, do you know like
what you put out is what you receive? Yeah. That's something I've
so
learned
like,
about that.
This sounds bizarre as well. When I was little, I always used to say, like, people say, "Oh, what are you going to be when you're older?" I said, "I'm going to be famous." And people, what for? I was like, I couldn't play football, couldn't sing, couldn't act. I was like, I'm going to be famous for being myself. And then, obviously, when the beginning process of Geordie Shore audition started, I actually left after that first meeting. I went, I've got that. I know I have. I know I've got it. And it sounds stupid and very like big headed to say that, but everything that I've achieved in my life or that I've got, once I've had that meeting and I've thingied it, I've walked away with that mindset. I know I have that. Celebs Go Dating. I was like, I know I've got it. It was quite hard to get me on that because basically MTV wouldn't let me do it because of like conflict between Geordie Shore and stuff. But then eventually got it. Like my house, my car, it's like I write all these things down, like every new moon, write them down on a thing and then burn them under the new moon. Like obviously thank myself, like, or like thank whoever for these things. As I get in,
You lost me on that one.
like, no, wait there. I sound like I do sound like a hippie, but like, I'm not.
Oh, no, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not thanking God or anything like that. I'm
gratitude in general.
I'm thanking, I think, thankful for like the house that I have over my head.
Yeah.
Thankful for the car that I have. Thank you for this career that I have. Thank you for everything that's in my life at the minute. I hope that it continues and stuff, and I hope it grows. And then like I'll probably burn the paper because like that's like it's sank in. And then like I just do that and like. Every now and then I always make sure I check in with myself and make sure I am grateful for the things, because I think I've seen a lot of people like that work in TV and stuff that get very carried away and they forget that. And I think I can look at myself and I can differentiate from them because like, one, I'm still friends with all my friends that I was friends from school. Like I'm very humble and I'm very grounded, and some other people aren't like, and sometimes people forget where they came from and they forget to be grounded. And I think being grounded and being humble is what gives you longevity in any industry, to be honest, because it's like you're giving out what you're putting back.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I think that's a massive thing, and I think I've touched on it a few times where it's a similar thing with me. Gratitude has saved my life. And when there's a thing I constantly write in the diaries I keep and stuff, and I always say I'm very thankful for the opportunities laid upon me. Mm-hmm. And laid by who? I don't really know. I'm kind of a believer in energies and stuff like that. Yeah. I believe there's some kind of force. I don't know what it is, and that's what I kind of thank, if you will. So it's like, you're just being thankful in general, really, rather than thanking an element or something or someone.
I take it you don't believe in.
No, maybe.
I'm not. I was brought up Catholic,
my girlfriend
but I'm
have had
nothing
this. Conversation.
Do you have crystals?
No, my girlfriend does. She has them. She has a little dish that she charges and whatnot. You know, she believes in star signs. You know,
I do the same thing.
I can't. If you read star signs, this is how I sort of perceive it. Like if you read your star sign, it relates to you. You read someone else's, it also relates to you. The way the worded is very open to everyone, and to me, it's just. I
mean, I guess that.
I mean, if it's something you can believe in, then that's great. If you can take something from it and it can make you a better person, then that's fair enough.
That's what I don't take from it like, oh, I expect this is going to happen. I'll take from it and interpret it into something that's happening or that could happen in my lifestyle.
But I'm a big atheist. You know, I don't believe in anything other than science. So
I mean, everything has a creator.
I'm not sure I believe in science anymore, though. I think there's something.
How can you not believe in science?
I think there's something bigger.
Yeah.
I was going to say bigger.
I know this is completely off topic, but I genuinely do believe that there is aliens.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That's.
So it's like we're not alone in this. Like,
yeah.
thing.
That's.
No.
Well, that would be stupid to think otherwise. Really.
Yeah. There's something that I've started looking into, and I actually had like a bit of a dream about it, and I didn't know it before the dream, and it was about the simulation theory. So I've started
like where this could not be real.
This is
the Matrix.
Artificial intelligence, and like this is, and I've started.
I don't like stuff like this because stuff like this scares me.
It's really like brain farty, but it's something that I can't get out of my head now. So
we actually could not even be sat doing this podcast. We could just be a cell in a little box somewhere, and we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And then like there's part of me where like you pass on and you wake up in another sort of.
Well, I do believe in that only in terms of because energy can physically never die. It goes from one thing, it always transfers to things. That is science, and that is true. You learn that in school. That energy can't. Well, yeah, but like it doesn't. So I do believe that it goes somewhere.
Yeah, I'm about that.
But then I do also believe as well, like this is like something that boggles my mind. So like, say if you went to a beach, and like the grains of sands, there is as many like so that say like planet, our Earth. Could be like a grain of sand on a whole beach. So obviously, if you put that theory into play, there is millions, like infinite planets.
Then your brain just folds up when you try and think about it, doesn't it?
And like we could be all doing this now in another universe and look completely different.
I totally agree. That could happen. That could be a possibility.
Yeah.
That's not.
It's mad, isn't it? we can't get into that because
No.
Imagine in a parallel universe, we could have swapped places and you could be me.
Yeah.
Mark, you could have been on Geordie Shore.
Imagine that. Fucking hell. I don't think obviously it wasn't a popular show if I was on it.
I think it would be Mark.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I don't know, like. Yeah.
Lads.
Lads, yeah. Boobies, Willie's bumhole.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, no, it's been amazing having you on, Nathan.
Thank you
mate.
very much. I've really enjoyed myself.
It's been a nice catch up. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a bit
It
more
has.
casual.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I'm excited to see what happens. Obviously,
Thank you very
you've got big aims after
Yeah.
the reality TV, and I think, as you've said, I think you're manifesting in it right now, and I think it's probably going to happen. Everything else has.
I hope so.
Yeah. So, and I think it's in you now. I think I can see it definitely, and I wish you luck with it all. And I think just like well done on everything, mate. I mean,
Thank you.
it's like. People see it of you've just been getting pissed on TV,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day,
It's
you've
a lot
still
more than
grafted.
that. Yeah, still grafted.
You've still constantly grafted and done all the social media, done the right things, and said the right things to the right people, made the right connections, and you've nailed it really, mate.
Yeah.
So really
I've
well
kept my
done.
head screwed on.
You have, and I think it's more screwed on now
Not
than
easy
ever.
to do in that industry.
It isn't, no. So yeah, well done you, mate, and it's been a pleasure. Yeah, see you soon.